Welcome to Garden Variety Weather. I'm Daniel. We're kind of storm chasing today. Currently, the temperature is negative 21 degrees below zero. You heard that right, negative 21 degrees below zero. I'm trying to get the air pressure up in one of my tires. It's cold out there, man. My car is just starting to warm up. It's been running for about 30 minutes or so. I'm just starting to get heat in here. It's wild. There's a big winter storm down to our south. I'm up here in the state of Wisconsin, where we're getting the big blast of Arctic air. I mean, the only difference between like 0 degrees and negative 21, I would say it burns. When it gets this cold, it feels like it's burning your skin. But maybe less painful, but yeah, we got negative 21 out here. Pretty wild. No snow to speak of, though. I'm not sure much when it's negative 21. We did get a little burst of flurries 8 hours ago as the cold air really filtered in. But places like Southern Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, the Gulf states, I mean, over a foot of snow or up to 3/4 to an inch of ice in some places. Pretty devastating weather. Not fun. And I'm telling you what, we might not be seeing any of that precipitation in Wisconsin, but you wake up to negative 21 degrees, that's still pretty nasty. They say a lot of trees could be exploding up here, like pine trees and maple trees, but I have not seen or heard any trees exploding yet. But right now is the coldest. We're getting the coldest air right now as I speak. It could get a little colder before 8 o'clock, but usually just before dawn, before the sun rises, is when we get our coldest temperatures. Oh, right now I'm hitting negative 22 degrees. Holy cow, negative 22, folks. We're sitting at negative 22 degrees. That's crazy. But, you go to a place like northern Minnesota, they're probably sitting in the negative 30s, which is pretty stinking cold, guys. Pretty stinking cold. Big shout out to Ryan Hall. Come on. We all know that Garden Variety Weather is not the best weather channel out there. Got to give credit to where credit's due. The guy, Ryan Hall, he's doing it big over there. I'm just I'm a guy who likes weather, but, nobody can do it like that guy, so huge shout out. But yeah, negative 22 degrees, guys. This is insane. Pure insanity. What do you got over there? We're dropping. How stinking cold is it in your neck of the woods? You know what I mean? I'm hoping I don't see anything lower than negative 22, but actively just hit a pocket where it's negative 22 degrees. And I don't think I've seen the coldest temperature yet. I'm expecting that over the next 20 minutes. Oh, wait, we warmed up. Holy mackerel, guys. We're back up to negative 21. Just hit a warm pocket. Must be a little microclimate in here. Very nice. All right, guys, stay tuned. This is riveting television, guys. I could slide off the road. That would be entertaining. But also, if I see anything colder than negative 22, that's exciting also. I'll just keep telling you what the temperature gauge is reading. Right now I'm driving in Wisconsin, guys. I'm in Wisconsin, not headed to Michigan, not headed to the nasty weather down south, because I want to live to see another day, and that 1.5 or 2 feet of snow that they're gonna see in West Virginia, Kentucky, you know, that's pretty nasty. I'm not sure I would make it very far. There's a little snow on the road here though. You can see I'm kind of like in an area where there could be some black ice. The road is kind of dark colored, you know, but still negative 21. We're holding steady. I would not be surprised to see like a negative 25 before I'm done live streaming, but you know, stay tuned. What do you got? Holy cow. Ooh, it's cold out there, guys. Read the comment section, guys. Read the comment section. I bet it's very cold out there. Holy cow. All right, guys. A little bit about Garden Variety Weather. What's this channel all about? Well, I'm not the authority on weather. I don't know anything about it. I did take a class in college. The title of the college class was called Weather, and I did really well. I got an A. I have a minor in geography, and if you don't know what a minor is, that's like a associate's degree. So why don't I just say that? I have an associate's degree in geography, so that just signifies that I like maps, like I like geography, you know. So a big part of like weather is looking at maps. So there you go. Like that's my background. I like looking at clouds. I like chasing storms and stuff like that. So right now I'm chasing like the coldest temperature I can find, and it is negative 21 right now. Coldest I've seen so far this morning was negative 22, but yeah, drop it in the comments, guys. I want to know how stinking cold it is where you're at. Like, most of the United States is cold, most of Canada is cold, but if you're like coming from India or something, or like China, you probably don't know what I'm saying, but just drop it in the comments. How cold is it? Celsius or Fahrenheit? I don't even care. I just want to know. And full transparency, since I'm driving, I am not able to read the comments, but I have full faith that you guys are furiously commenting how ridiculously cold it is right now where you're at. So to find that out, you just go to like a weather app, type in your address or like your zip code or like the city or whatever that you're in or near, and that'll tell you how like stinking cold it is. But if you're coming from like Florida, don't be bragging that it's like 50 degrees or whatever. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to know how warm and oh my gosh, guys, negative 22. We have hit negative 22 again. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys. This is unprecedented. Negative 22. Full transparency, once a year, I bought a little farm. And so once a year, my little farm, we'll get to like negative 25. I think we've been down to negative 26. So I come to expect that it's going to get this cold, but this cold snap's a little different. The high temperature today in this area where I'm driving around, we're going to be lucky to get to negative 10 for the high. And I've not seen that since I've moved to Wisconsin and got this little farm about 5.5 years ago. Like, it'll get to like -26, but then it'll get up to like the single negative digits. But we're going to be double digit negative. It's going to be crazy. Oh my goodness, guys. So check it out. If you like weather, if you like a guy who doesn't know what he's talking about, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, because I'm going to change the game when it comes to weather. I'm going to be like, do you know how they come out with the forecast, but it's never accurate, but they just play it off like that's normal? I'm always going to give you like information that's not accurate, but I'll tell you, I'll be straight up with you. I'll be like, yo, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I mean? And I think that's respectable. I want to be the first weather person other than Ryan Hall and his entire crew. I want to be the first weather guy that's just totally straightforward and be like, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. So, drop a subscribe and hit a like or whatever, and share it with your friends if you just respect my honesty. So right now, we warmed up, guys. It is -21. That's exciting. Like I said, I don't think this is the coldest that I'm gonna see. I'm about to head up into the driftless region. Right now I'm just kind of on the edge of the driftless region, but I'm about to get in deeper into the driftless region, and they got some hills that are like 1,400 feet tall, and then the valleys are about 900 feet in elevation, gets all the way to like 600 feet of elevation when you get over to the Mississippi River. Anyway, some of those valleys can be really cold for some reason, like, which is counterintuitive. You think the higher elevations would be colder, but sometimes in this region of the country, I find that the valleys are colder than the high points. And there can be stinking 900 feet of elevation difference from like the highest peak to the lowest valley or whatever. So there you go. But yeah, guys, super awesome. What do you guys think? What do you think about this Greenland thing? Like I don't want to get political, but I kind of like, where are you at on that? Do you think we should have Greenland if you're from the United States? Do you think do you think Greenland should just break free and like form its own name? Like, drop it in the comments. I'm open to discussion here. I kind of think it would be cool to like not have to have a passport to go to Greenland, but I'm not really thinking of all the political stuff. You know what I mean? I'm more innocent when it comes to my views. I just think it'd be cool to go places and not have a lot of red tape. But at the same time, it's like, I know that's not a controversial take, and I'm not really telling you what I really think. Personally, I don't mind if we want to pay, what's that country's name that owns Greenland or whatever? Are they the Dutch or Holland or Denmark or whatever? Oh, it's Denmark. Like, I don't mind if we want to pay Denmark $1 trillion or something, and then give each citizen like $500,000 or $1 million or whatever. I don't know. That would be pretty nice. But then I don't really want to like strip mine Greenland for all its resources. Like, I kind of like leaving places natural, I wouldn't call myself an environmentalist. I would just call myself I like things in their natural state. even though I know like people need resources, like for example, it's negative 21 degrees. Like, I'm gonna need to cut down a tree to stay warm, you know what I mean? Even though I heat my house with propane. But like, I understand you gotta like cut down stuff for survival, and like you need to eat food, so you might have to hunt something. But I think if you do it in moderation and it's not for like making money, I don't mind. But if it's like one company making bazillions of dollars, like destroying the environment and stuff, like, I don't know, you know. And then they'll say, oh, we're making jobs and stuff, and I can see that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Like, the world is like finite. Like, the resources are finite, you know what I mean? And I think you got to think about like the future and stuff, and you got to try to keep it nice, you know. You don't want to just go scorch earth on everything. But I don't know. Now I'm getting into the weeds and the controversial stuff, but I'm open to hearing discussion here. I don't want to like force any views on anybody, but you know, I like butterflies and bees and stuff. So anyway, holy cow, negative 21. I think the roads are feeling like they're starting to get icy. This road's not as plowed, but I mean, we're not getting that nasty weather down south, so that's a plus. That's a benefit. Yeah, just drop it in the comments. What's your temperature? Ooh, holy mackerel, massive update. Negative 22. I'm really hoping to get lower than negative 22. It's just bouncing. Like, it's okay seeing that steady temperature, but I'm climbing now. Now I'm headed up the hill. So, ooh, negative 23, guys. It is getting colder as I go higher. We're at negative 23. So today, we're seeing colder temperatures at the higher elevation. So negative 23 degrees. And we're climbing, we're still climbing. I don't know if it's gonna get colder than negative 23, but we're negative 23, guys. This is crazy. Unprecedented. I got one tire that's giving me the warning. I got 28 pounds of pressure. My other tires are sitting at 31 and 32. But I got my left front tire. It's just sitting at 28. Holy cow. 23 degrees below freezing. No, guys, oh my gosh, we are 55 degrees below freezing. Holy mackerel. Holy cow. They say the dark is always darkest before the dawn. And I think the cold temperatures are always the coldest just before the sun starts rising. So I think the sun's gonna rise here in another, I probably got another 20, 30 minutes easily before the sun rises. Ooh, guys, oh my gosh, it's negative 24. And we're pretty much on the top of the mountains and the peaks here. Here, I'll show you. I'm gonna show you the valley below. I'm sitting at negative 24. Hold on, I'm gonna move the camera. Holy cow, guys. Here's the evidence. Negative 24 degrees. The sun has not risen. Holy cow, I'm rolling down the window. Oh yeah, it feels negative 24 degrees. The sun hasn't even popped out. You can see we're up on the ridge. You can see the hills. Down in the valley, it was like 21 degrees below zero, but up here on the top, it is negative 24, guys. This is crazy. Garden variety weather, guys. Incredible. I'm out here chasing the coldest temperature. Right now, it's negative 24, guys. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. I need your support. Oh, my goodness. Ryan Hall is probably out there chasing the ice and the snow and giving you life-saving information. On this channel, we give you the vaguest information, the most unhelpful information about the weather. But we give it to you honestly, and we tell you that we suck. So subscribe now. Guys, take a look at this. Oh my gosh, negative 24 degrees. But, oh my gosh, look at this sunrise. This is crazy. Just look at that. It's always before the dawn. Always coldest. Holy cow. We're going to read some of these comments, guys. Somebody wants to know, any Bigfoot sap freezing. Cold here in Michigan. Negative 17 in Michigan. Oh my goodness. Hit the gas. Not cold in San Francisco. Thank you so much for the comments, guys. Oh my gosh. But it is negative 24 degrees. This is crazy. I'm just sitting here with my car window down, trying not to freeze. But we're going to roll up that window. Just enjoying this beautiful sunrise. And yeah, we're going to just keep hitting the open road. I will make sure I tell you guys exactly what the temperature is as we drive down the road. And we are off. Right now, negative 24 degrees, guys. Woo! Man, it's going to take a while for my car to heat up after rolling. Negative 24 degrees. Guys, drop it in the comments. I want to know, how cold is it where you are? I'm out here in Wisconsin trying to chase the coldest temperature possible. And so far, to currently negative 24 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 56 degrees below freezing. Incredible. I got a feeling that I could see a negative 25, maybe a negative 26 if I'm lucky, but so far we're just sitting at negative 24. We're definitely getting some blowing and drifting snow. You can see the winds are howling. We got some drifts here coming pretty close to the roadway. But yeah, negative 24 degrees. And this cold air mass that we're seeing here in Wisconsin is drifting south, creating headaches in Tennessee and Mississippi and North Carolina and South Carolina. I mean, all these southern states that don't normally see 1.5 feet of snow. But with this negative 24 degrees in Wisconsin, I mean, you know, it's not hard to see why they're getting that winter weather down there when I'm 56 degrees below freezing. Holy mackerel, guys. We're just gonna keep driving, and holy cow, we got some blowing and drifting across the roads up here. Got some nasty drifts. Want to welcome everybody who said hi. Drop it in the comments. What's the temperature where you are at? Is it negative 24 degrees? Drop it in the comments. Do you like cold weather? Do you like the snow? Do you like ice? I think there's going to be a lot of people losing power, and it's going to be very cold. Are you prepared? I hope everybody's staying warm out there, but I know it's going to be very cold. People need to stay safe. Appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. I am chasing the coldest temperature in Wisconsin. Currently, I'm sitting at negative 24 degrees Fahrenheit. And usually we get the coldest temperatures just before the sun rises. I think I'm going to get a sunrise in another 20-30 minutes. Sitting at negative 24 degrees. Will I see negative 25? I got some low tire pressure. My tires are not liking the cold. It's kind of sucking the air out. The air molecules bouncing around in my tire are causing my tire pressure to drop. If it was warm outside, my tires would kind of inflate. But yeah, negative 24 is not gonna be helpful. So I'm just thankful that my car started this morning and that I'm still rolling down the road at negative 24 degrees. Drop it in the comments. I want to know how cold it is where you're at. I'd love to know. Drop it in the comments. Feel free to let me know. I am currently driving around in Wisconsin. I'm at about 1,400 feet in elevation, driving along a ridge top in what they call the driftless region. They call them the Och Mountains. And yeah, negative 24 up here on the ridge. We're going to have a sunrise in about 20 minutes. They're expecting the lowest temperature around 8 o'clock. Currently I have 7:04 Central Standard Time. Oh, we got a new low temperature. We're negative 25. This just in, negative 25 degrees. I'm going to slow down so I can get that on the camera here. I want to prove it on the live stream. Hold on tight. Here it is. We are negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Gonna read some comments. Speed up, boy. GOM478 said hi. Triton U2G said hi. Currently, we are sitting at negative 25 degrees. It's very cold out there. The sun is not risen yet, but it is very cold. Will we see negative 26? We're going to keep driving around. I'm going to put you guys right here. I'm not able to read the comments while I'm driving, but I will definitely tell you if I see more than negative 25. Just moments ago, I achieved the lowest temperature yet during this live stream, negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit. You saw the evidence on my thermometer just moments ago. We've been ranging negative 21 to negative 25. I'm expecting the lowest temperature in the next 20, 30 minutes, we'll see if we get any lower than negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Drop it in the comments. What is the temperature where you are at? Is it cold? Is it ridiculously cold? Tell me if it's colder than negative 25. I'm sitting at negative 25 degrees. And that is not wind chill. That is actual air temperature, not including wind. They say the wind chill is negative 40 to negative 50. Currently, my air temperature is negative 25 degrees. That is the coldest temperature so far during this live stream. I'd love to know how cold it is where you are at. Massive update. I just warmed up. It is negative 24 degrees. Negative 24. Will that be a pattern? Will it get warmer as I drop down into the valley? We'll find out. I am sitting at negative 24 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm in Wisconsin driving around trying to find the coldest temperature. Holy cow, guys. And we are dropping down. We're going from 1,400 feet in elevation down to about 900 feet. I'm going to lose about 500 feet in elevation. Is it going to be colder on the ridge or colder in the valley? Does cold air sink? I know hot air rises. Will it be colder as I drop down into this valley? Drop it in the comments. Do you have a prediction? Also tell me, what's the temperature where you're at? Are you sitting at negative 24 degrees or colder? Holy mackerel, guys. I mean, these are the kind of temperatures that make you wish you did not live where you're currently at. Negative 24 degrees. They say that trees were going to start snapping. I see a lot of trees around here. I'm going to actually slow down and roll down a window. I don't know how the live stream's holding up. Ooh, it's warming up down in the valley. Negative 23. We got negative 23 degrees. It has warmed up significantly. Let's see if we hear any trees snapping out there. I'll try to turn off the sound. I got my window down. Currently negative 23 degrees out there. Negative 23 degrees. Trying to see if I'm hearing any trees explode. I know they said the pines, anything with sap, they said could be exploding up here in the Midwest. I got negative 23 degrees. And I'm just going very slowly here on a quiet country road. I'm seeing some of these pine trees. Listening to see if there's any snapping, exploding, popping. Drive a little further here. All right. Let's listen. I hear birds. Apparently birds are still alive in negative 23 degrees. I don't hear any exploding trees. Holy cow, though. When I'm taking a deep breath here, my window's down and it's dry. It almost hurts to take a breath, guys. I mean, this is cold. Holy mackerel. And you can see I got low tire pressure. All right. We're going to keep driving. We're going to see if we can get a lower temperature than negative 25. But that is. I got to roll up my window, dude. I am freezing myself out here. Holy cow. Oh, man. Just rolling down my window, like my pants are frozen. Like that heat escape, dude. All right. We're negative 23 degrees. We're deep in the heart of the driftless region. My elevation here is, I'm probably somewhere between 1,000 feet and 900 feet above sea level. I was as high as 1,400 feet above sea level, and that's where my coldest temperature was, up on the ridge. Clocked in at negative 25 degrees. Currently sitting at negative 23 degrees. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad weather. It's dangerous weather, but you know, people down south are seeing some big snow, some big ice, and those are equally dangerous situations. I mean, the ice is going to cause a lot of power outages, and people who don't have like wood-fired stoves are going to be very cold. They're going to have to rely on blankets or like, I don't know, oil lamps or something. I hope people are prepared to deal with power outages and have, you know, coats and blankets and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, up here in Wisconsin, I'm sitting at negative 23 degrees below Fahrenheit, below zero. Wait, that didn't even make sense. Negative 23 degrees below Fahrenheit? No, I'm negative 23 degrees below zero Fahrenheit. Uh, Out here in a valley in the driftless region, and 23 degrees. But I want to know, how cold is it where you're at? Drop it in the comments. You can be vague about it. I don't need to know your address. Just give me like a rough estimate. Tell me like what state, country you're at. Tell me how cold it is. Just out of curiosity. Ooh, we're warming up though. Negative 22 degrees. So it seems like the lower in elevation we get, the warmer it gets, if you want to call negative 22 degrees warm. But right now, it is warmer in the valley than it is up on the ridge, which is kind of cool. Because you would think cold air would sink. So there's some kind of weird thing at play where, like, you would think heat would rise, right? But you know, with that 500 feet in elevation difference from the ridge, where it's negative 25. Oh, hold on, that doesn't apply. I just got negative 23 degrees. So it is getting, wait, we're back at negative 22. So it's kind of fluctuating here. But yeah, up on the hilltop there, you got negative 25. Right here, it's negative 22. You would think heat rises, but this is so stinking cold, maybe those rules do not apply. Somebody asked ChatGPT, like, why it would be 3 degrees warmer in a valley than it is on the ridge when heat rises. Because, I mean, you know, wouldn't that heat rise? But maybe it would just escape into the atmosphere, and I don't know. But then I know as you gain elevation, it gets colder. So there's that. I don't know, guys. It's just kind of weird because 500 feet of elevation is not that crazy of a difference. But I guess, okay, so I took a weather class, right? And they say for every 1,000 feet of elevation, there could be like I think it's somewhere around a 2-degree difference. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, but it's 500 feet of elevation different. Anyway, did I mention that I'm tired? So everything I'm saying doesn't make sense. I will fully admit that. But we're sitting at negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, guys. Riveting YouTube. We're out here. We're not storm chasing. We're temperature chasing. And the coldest temperature that we've seen is negative 25 degrees. We're coming up here. Probably one of the we're about 930, 920 feet above sea level. If I kept driving for another 45 minutes, we'd reach the Mississippi River, and that's about 650 feet of elevation. Kind of curious what the temperature is over there, but as the sun starts to rise in the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, we'll see our lowest temperature possible. But right now, looks like we're pretty steady around negative 22 degrees. I don't expect that to change down here in the valley. But ridgetop, negative 25. So that's cool. Yeah. Oh. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to probably end the live stream here. We'll end it with negative 22 degrees. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe out there with this winter storm and all this cold weather. We will make more videos on this channel. It's been a slow go, but I hope you all have a good one. Keep it 100. And this is Daniel from Garden Variety Weather signing out. Whoop, boing. Okay, we out.